If you're new to the world and haven't been here long enough to see times change, seeing certain values gradually fade from the world, let me tell you that you have yet to learn the difference between something being scientifically disproven and something people just gradually stop believing in because they don't like the way it sounds anymore. Because those two are not the same thing. A metaphor that might describe this phenomenon would be if you have a certain rule at your dinner parties, that no one put their shoes up on the table due to its being unhygienic and inappropriate when you're a guest in someone else's house. But a younger generation just sees this rule as an arbitrary rule that is made up simply to ruin my fun, to stifle me, to take away my good time, as we all are. It just looks like the grown-ups are being square, like they just don't know what's cool. So you put your shoes up on the table and relax, feeling an exhilarating thrill at how rebellious you are. They can't tell you what to do. As the adult, I respond by saying, well, I guess what you're doing is not technically illegal or anything. I can't have you arrested or press charges, but come on. Now I have to instate a new law that requires everyone to take off their shoes at the front door before they come into the dining room, because people have started putting their shoes up on the table during the meal. So now everyone has to be just a little more inconvenienced because of you. Plus, even without shoes, if you put your greasy socks on the table, now I have to have a tablecloth on my table and even clean it after every use, which inconveniences me just a little bit more, thanks a lot. And if your socks have an odor while we're trying to eat, I might want to open a window in the dining room to vent it out. But if it's cold outside, now we all have to bring extra layers to the dinner party so we don't freeze. And we have to eat our food faster before it gets cold. Now everything is just a little bit more difficult and miserable for everyone around you. Because you have to prove how rebellious you are. I mean, what you're doing is not illegal, I guess. But do you see the point I'm making? You have to reach a certain age to see this happen. Then I tell my grandchildren about a time long ago when no one put their feet on the table, and the dining room had closed windows and was nice and warm inside, and no one had to leave their shoes at the front door and risk them being stolen. I describe this and my grandkids laugh, finding it quaint and old-fashioned. You might think of the fine arts and art history as a glimpse into what values looked normal to people in the past, before certain rules and customs started to look like a waste of time to younger generations. I wonder if there's any way to get any of it back, before we all die screaming.